Hey, hello, good evening, guys. Happy Thursday. All right, so as usual, not everyone is here yet. Everyone is late as usual. All right, anyway, just a quick announcement. Not really an announcement, but just to let you know, this month will be a revision month. All right, I hope you got your main notes ready. All right, and I hope I think some of you attended that seminar the previous Sunday. All right, I don't know whether you attended. I mean, some of you, I see that you attended, and if you haven't, please go to Google Classroom. I already uploaded both videos there. Please watch it there. All right, because we actually covered chapter 1 and chapter 2, Form 3 chapter 1, which is that 5 senses chapter, and of course our chapter 2, which is the lung chapter. All right, we cover both chapters already, so make sure you go and watch it there. I have both the Mandarin and the English version there, so watch it as many times as you need. All right, anyway, today we are doing a revision. Okay, we are doing a revision today. So where will we are? We will pause our normal lessons for now. We are going to a revision. All right. So wait, this is not the one. Just a quick moment. Yes, I think this is the one. All right. So you know what, guys? Today we are going to discuss on objective questions because we did not really discuss about objective questions on that seminar that day. So I will go back to our objective questions. All right, so the seminar notes, yes, Kajun, is the seminar notes because supposedly, okay, something happened, something funny happened. You know, that day seminar, we finished chapter 1 and 2, right? I was the donkey lah, because I finished all. All right. For other teachers, I think they only finish like 1 chapter or 2 chapter, or I think they only finish chapter 1 or chapter 2. I'm the donkey who finished both, which is a good thing lah, because we are ahead of schedule lah. So today we are going to do objective questions while we wait for them, which is a good thing lah, because there's no writing needed today, because everything we have written in the seminar already. All right. So that's a good thing for us lah. So today we will be focusing on our objective questions. So hope you have your seminar notes ready. We'll be doing objective today. Right. Yes, Rebecca, hello. How's your internet today? The school teacher said maybe after school holiday exam. After school holiday, so late. Wow, very late leh. Very late leh. Most likely it's gonna be in end of May lah. Hopefully it's end of May lah. Why is it so late? In July What? Yashwini, are you sure it's July? Are you sure it's not June? Because July is really late though. July. Wait, what school are you from again? What school are you from again? Why is it July? Oh, SMKKK. Hey, so many SMKKK here. Is it July or June? Because I heard many say June. Why is it July? Okay. Yes, Transhen, hello. I saw you. Why are you saying hello now? Okay. Anyway, so let's do our revision for today lah. Let's do Okay, hello. Sorry, guys. This thing got disconnected again. Hey, that's the Thursday SOP lah. I will disconnect again. Okay. Anyway, let us begin with our objective lah. So today will be a very light revision class lah. I will not do something heavy today. We have been going to the gym often lately. Yes, always been the often, Brandon. Always been the often. I'm like 6 days in the gym per week. Like I said, that's my second home lah. All right, anyway, so let's go to page 2. This is your seminar notes, by the way. All right, so hopefully you know where I am lah. Right now, we are in page 2 of our seminar notes. Okay, it's a bit laggy today. I have no idea why. Okay, the internet is not. I'm a gym. I'm not a gym trainer. I just like lifting weights. So that's my thing. All right. Anyway, so let's look at question 1. Diagram 1 shows the sequence of the flow of impulse of voluntary action. Right? Voluntary means things that you can control lah. Okay, things that you can do it with a conscious mind. So you start with stimulus. Okay, you start with stimulus, and then stimulus goes to your effector. I don't like to call it effector. I like to call it receptor. The same thing lah. That means things that detect your stimulus, and then they will change it to nerve impulse, and then they will send the nerve impulse to your brain. All right, and then nerve impulse again, they will send it to your effector. So there's actually something missing here. After effector would be your response. Gerak balas. That's the thing you do in response of something. So the answer is B. All right, so this thing, this sequence, these 5 things, you have to memorize them. Don't need to memorize the nerve impulse because it's not important. So you start with stimulus. Okay, let's say light is a stimulus. Your eye has receptor, your retina is receptor, so they will detect the signal. They will send it to your brain. All right, and then your brain will send it to your effector. Okay, for example, your muscle, and your muscle will move to get that thing you want. So that movement is what we call response. Okay, gerak balas. So that's the 5 sequence of your impulse. Okay, remember what's an impulse? Impulse is the signal that you send to your brain. Your brain will use impulse as a signal. Okay, so next, number 2. Right, number 2. So involuntary action can be classified into 2 groups. Which of the following actions involve medulla oblongata? All right, I hope you still remember this medulla oblongata thing. So what is this? Okay, just do a quick revision for you lah. So this is your brain. Okay, this is your brain. We call it cerebrum actually. Okay, cerebrum. Cerebrum is the main brain. In Mandarin, we call it 大脑. 大脑, your main brain. So that's a cerebrum. And then at the behind here, there's actually something that looks like this. Okay, so and there's another brain behind here. Okay, there's another part of the brain called cerebellum. This is the back of the brain. It's the small brain. We call it 小脑. This thing will control your balance. All right, and of course, what about these? Okay, this is our concern now. So this top part here is called medulla oblongata, and the bottom tail is called spinal cord. All right, saraf tunjang. So these 2 parts they actually have the same function, which is to do involuntary action. Okay, tindakan luar kawal, things that you cannot control. But the difference is medulla oblongata, the top part, they will control less important things. Okay, all the small things like heartbeat, okay, salivating, coughing, peristalsis when you swallow food, when you have to shit in the morning, this thing you cannot control. So all these things, all the small stuff is controlled by your medulla oblongata. Your spinal cord, which is the tail here, they only control one thing. That is your reflex. Right? Tindakan reflex. So what is reflex? Reflex is the thing that you cannot control. You do your reflex when there's a danger. What do I mean? Let's say your friend were to tickle you. Okay? If you are a person that they are very scared of tickle a lot. If your friend tickles you from behind, you will, if you have very strong reflex, you will immediately turn around and you will slap the shit out of him. That's response, that is reflex lah. Okay, things you cannot control. Or maybe you are a, yes, someone throw a ball at you, yes. Or maybe you are a judo or jiu-jitsu fighter, you're an MMA fighter. If someone suddenly hugs you from behind, your reflex is to throw the fella over your shoulder and to ground lock him. That's your reflex, because it's things that you do when there's a danger. So this is controlled by your spinal cord, while the rest, all the less important stuff is controlled by medulla oblongata. So who controls the medulla? What is controlled by medulla oblongata? Your heartbeat, your secretion of saliva. This is 2 and 3 lah. Because you see, sneezing and withdrawing your hand while accidentally touching hot object, these two, they are reflex. Eye blinking, yes, eye blinking is this one. Eye blinking is your medulla, because this is not a reflex. Blood flow, yeah, or your heartbeat, you can say so. So reflex is something that is saving you from danger. All right, reflex, we all have reflex. Okay, for example, if you are sleeping on your bed, suddenly if you fall out of your bed, you immediately wake up, right? When you suddenly lose balance, you are falling off of bed, you will immediately wake up and stop yourself from doing that. So that's your reflex. Okay, it's important to save you from danger. You cannot stop this thing. All right. So anyway, number 3, which of the following sensory organ detects touch, pain, and pressure? That will be your skin. Right, that will be your skin, because your nose and your mouth detects chemical. Right, because this is your smell, this is your taste. Taste and smell, they are the same thing. How do you increase reflex? You cannot increase reflex. Okay, reflex, if you say reflex, what do you mean? What do you want to increase about reflex? You mean the time? Your reflex will always be around 0.1 second. You cannot make it faster, because this is like your basic setting already. I mean, you can train how you make it as a reflex lah. Okay, like for example, I told you, if you're an MMA fighter, okay, if someone hugs you from behind, you automatically know what to do. That's a reflex, right? And of course, your hearing, this is your sound. Okay, so remember this, guys, smell and taste, they are both chemical, right? When you smell something and when you eat something, they are both chemical signals. All right, it's just that one is in your nose, one is in the mouth. One you use your smell receptor, one you use your taste bud, your tunas rasa. Okay, remember? So anyway, number 4, this is your cross section of your human nose. All right, so this place is called your nasal cavity, your rongga hidung. So which part ABCD will produce nerve impulse when stimulated by the chemicals in the air? So who will produce nerve impulse is always the receptor. It's always the receptor that will produce nerve impulse. So your receptor is your C. These are the receptor. Not your B, guys. B is your nerve. Nerve, they don't produce nerve impulse. They will send the nerve impulse. They're like wire. So nerve impulse is generated by receptor. Receptor, their job is to translate. Okay, is to translate a signal into nerve impulse, because like I said, your brain cannot understand other language. They can only understand nerve impulse. So if you have light in your eyes, if light goes into your eye, your eye cannot just bring the light to your brain, and then your brain will say, sorry bro, I don't understand this. So your receptor in your retina will have to change the light signal into your nerve impulse. Only your brain can understand. So they are sort of like a translator, I guess. So that's the thing. So A is your nasal cavity and D is your nostril, which is your lubang hidung. All right, so next, number 5, diagram 3 shows Josephine suffering from the flu. So she's having the flu. By looking at the question, you know what they are going to ask already. So the sense of taste of Josephine becomes less sensitive. Okay, why? When you have flu, whatever you eat becomes tasteless. Why? Because the answer should be C. The chemicals are not detected by your smell receptor. Wait. I think it should be D. There's a mistake here, sorry. Mucus prevents the smell receptor from detecting the smell of food. Okay, this should be the answer. Okay, so why? Because when you have flu, you have all these mucus blocking your nose. So when the smell comes, they can only dissolve on the outside. They cannot reach the receptor because there's too much mucus. Okay, too much mucus because you're having flu. You're trying to trap all the pathogens here. So when you have too much too much mucus, this part cannot reach here. So this is why, okay guys, like I told you, your sense of smell and your sense of taste, they work together. If you cannot smell something, you cannot taste something. This is how COVID makes you tasteless. Because COVID makes your sense of smell kind of dead. Okay, so when your sense of smell is dead, your sense of taste just sucks. All right, you don't really taste anything. In fact, guys, you use your eyes and your nose to eat. Okay, what do I mean? Before you eat something, you use your eye to see. And after you use your eye to see, you use your nose to smell. So if I were to cover your eye and to cover your nose, your food will just taste bland, right? Tasteless, or just, it's not as good. So this is why when it comes to food presentation and smell is also very important. Right? So this is it So when you have too much mucus. So this is why when you have flu, your food kind of tastes bad. All right, so next, number 6. Okay, what is this? The A here has, so many shadows here. All right, do you know what condition is this? This is called astigmatism. Right? If you came to my seminar previous Sunday, I just talked about this. So what is astigmatism? Astigmatism is the scattering of light in your eyes. So your eyes will see like, I don't know, 5, 6 shadows. Okay, let me show you. So if you have astigmatism, this is a pain in the ass to have, because basically when you drive at night, you will see something like this. Okay, the right diagram. How do I know this? I've been having astigmatism for my whole life. All right, I started wearing glasses at 6. I already have astigmatism back then. So I've been having this shit for like, you calculate, I'm 31 this year. That's about 20 something of my life having this thing. All right, it's really annoying because whatever you see, you're like few shadows there. You think everyone got not really lah. See how bad Hey, I tell you if someone has perfect eyesight, they really have perfect eyesight one. Okay, my wife has 0 of this. My wife's eyes I think I told you this before. Her eyesight is 20/20, perfect. No short-sightedness, no long-sightedness, no astigmatism. Everything is perfect as it is. Okay, the one close your eyes, the one different lah. Okay, the one is different. You think you got Do you wear glasses, Xuexing? Okay, do you wear glasses? If you wear glasses, then that means maybe you have this. Okay, you know what's the most annoying about what's the most annoying thing about astigmatism? Is it makes your glasses so much more expensive. Okay, what do I mean? You see, if you only have short-sightedness, all right, I think I talked about this like wait, this is the wrong. Okay, so wait, why do I keep opening the wrong notes? There, this is the one. So if you have astigmatism, if you have short sight, okay, I believe most of you have short-sightedness if you wear glasses. All right, if you only have short-sightedness, your glasses will be very cheap. All right, if you make one pair of new glasses, that's like what, 100 something, 200 something. But if you have astigmatism, congratulations, your glasses will be 3 times the price. Ask me how I know. All right, you still see them like that. More, okay. Yashwini, do you think your glasses has oil? Have you tried washing it? Okay, I know it sounds dumb but maybe you just need to wash it. No oil, okay. Is it? But how serious is your astigmatism? Hey, this thing can never be fully corrected Even I have astigmatism, I wear glasses, I still have some of it because we can never correct this full existing. Okay, so Yashwini, I think that's what you have now. All right, so because you see astigmatism, okay, astigmatism is caused by your cornea being uneven. All right. So perfect people. Okay, welcome back, guys. Oh my God, this is getting so annoying. Wow, two disconnections in a day. All right, so welcome back. Wait, oh, okay, now is my iPad acting up. Okay, just a moment. Oh my God, this is so annoying. How you combine concave and cylindrical together? That's something I don't know. Okay, Yashwini, I seriously couldn't tell you how do you combine these two together. I'm sure some of you have short-sightedness and astigmatism, right? So how do you combine these two glasses together, leh? I really don't know. Okay, this one you have to go and ask optician. Okay, ask optician, the one that is testing your eyesight, the fella. So because I really don't know. All right, so by the way, astigmatism is when you have an uneven curvature of your cornea. While perfect people, they look like this. Okay, their cornea look like this. Yours has an angle here. Okay, has like an angle here. So there are two ways around this. Number one, you can wear glasses just like any one of us do. But if you have the cha-ching, you can go for laser lah. Basically, they use laser and they shave off your cornea. All right. Yes, I know it sounds scary, but that's basically what they do. Because laser is so powerful, they can shave diamond. All right. Do you know they use laser to cut diamond? So how do they shave your cornea? They will use laser and shave it. And of course, this thing is very precise. They can shave like 0.1 mm at a time. So they will slowly shave it off, and voila, you have perfect eyesight. All right. If you have the money lah, that is, you can go for it. All right. So what causes this? This is when your cornea is uneven, it's irregular. Like I said, most defect of your eyes, they are genetically there. Your short-sightedness, your long-sightedness, and your astigmatism is everything depending on your genetics. So if your parents have it, then you will have it low. You cannot do anything. Expensive, quite low. If you do both eyes, I think it's around 10 to 12,000, around there lah. They say one eye 6,000 lah. I mean, who the hell do one eye? You of course you do both so like I said lah, if you have the cha-ching, you go for it lah. But I don't know lah. Maybe I will next time. Can you get blindness if you done unfortunately? I don't think you will save money and do it somewhere unprofessional lah, right? Somewhere medical center they do it for like 10 to 12,000. I mean, you wouldn't go to some funny clinic and do it, right? Why save money on these? Right? You got what I mean, So number 7. So this is your cross section of a human eye. This hole here is called your iris. I think you know this. This is your iris. So what's the function of your iris? Iris is to control the quantity of light. All right. Do not get confused. This part with color is called, oh, sorry, not iris. Sorry, what am I saying? This is pupil. Pupil. The one with the color is the iris. All right. So iris will control the size of pupil, whereas pupil will control the light. Okay, iris and pupil is like gut cell and stoma. Very different. Gut cell is the two cells beside. Stoma is the hole in the middle. Same thing. So pupil is the hole in the middle. Iris is the two thing at the side to open and close your pupil like that. So easy to understand. So this is to control light. So when you are in a very dark place, they will open to absorb more light. If you're in a very bright place, they will close to limit light going in, so that you don't hurt your eye. So anyway, number 8, just a quick revision, guys. Just a quick revision. So you have 3 layers in your skin. The first layer is called epidermis. The second layer is called dermis. The third layer is called fatty layer. I think you know this already lah. And of course, the topmost receptor is pain, because pain is the most important, followed by touch, because touch is the second most important, followed by the thing that looks like popcorn is your heat. The thing that looks like popsicle, this is your cold. They are at the same level because they are equally important. So the last one, the least important, will be your pressure receptor. This one is not very important because you don't really use your pressure receptor unless you're like weighing your bottle like this. Okay, I can feel this is like 50 grams. That's the function of your pressure receptor lah. And other extra stuff, this is your sebaceous gland. This one will produce oil for your hair. And then this is to produce sweat lah. This is your sweat gland. All right. So the correct one, P would be your pain receptor. This is correct. Q is touch, wrong. P is pressure, wrong as well. Q is cold, no. So the answer will be A. Okay, straightforward enough, really easy. Next, let's go to the next question, number 1. So nice, today there's no writing. You're just listening to me blabbing about revision. Isn't it good? All right, so set 2. What is the function of the brain in the human nervous system? So your brain is the control center. It analyzes everything. Okay, mentafsirkan impulse saraf. So they will process everything you send it to them. So controls involuntary action, not really. As the center of receiving and interpreting impulses, yes. Okay, they are the center of receiving things. Transmit impulse within spinal cord, another part, no. Produce responses, no. Response is your effector. So your brain is the main thing. All right. Do you know different parts of a brain feel different thing? Right. I think I told you this before, right? Your brain has different part that processes different things. For example, fun fact: if you're feeling love, your front lobe is feeling it. Okay. This front part of the brain is called a frontal lobe. Your frontal lobe is responsible for love. Okay, whether the love is from a family, whether it's from your friend, whether it's from someone you love, when you're hugging someone you love, when you feel love, it's the front side that is stimulated. That's the frontal lobe. Right? So if you hang out with your family, if you hang out with your friends, if you hang out with people you really like and you feel happy, that's the frontal lobe feeling it. So like I said, different parts of a brain, they will process different stuff. Okay, memory is another part. Memory is processed by the part called hippocampus. There's a part in your brain that looks like a seahorse. It's called a hippocampus. Hippocampus will process your memory, whatever that you remember. That's your hippocampus. Okay, you learned something new today. All right, so next, number 2. Which of the following is true about peripheral nerves? So peripheral is the side, guys. Okay, just a quick revision. Let's go back to the notes here. All right, so you have your central nervous system and your peripheral nervous system. So central means the center, which is the brain and the spinal cord. Okay, like your headquarter lah. Peripheral is the side, like your branches. These are the peripheral. So if you break one of your peripheral nerve, it's not as serious as if you break your central nervous system. If you break one of it here, you're in serious trouble. But if you just break your peripheral, maybe you cannot lift your arm. Maybe your right arm or your left arm doesn't work. That's all. I mean, you're still alive at least. So what's the function of a peripheral? This is located between spinal cord and your other body parts. Because your spinal cord is here, other body parts they are connected by your peripheral nervous system. I'm not saying they are not important. It's just that they are less important than your central nervous system. Because as the name says, central is the middle, is the headquarter. All right, so number 3, which of the following shows the pathway of impulses through the human nervous system? So you have your stimuli. Okay, this is correct. received by your receptor, correct also. And then you have your central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, and of course you have your effector, correct, response, correct. So 1 and 2 is correct. Okay, what about 3 and 4? All right, if you start with receptor first, this is definitely wrong. Right, and then the bottom one, stimuli, correct, receptor, CNS. Oh, response first, this is wrong. It should be effector first, then response. So the answer should be 1 and 2. Okay, 3 and 4 is wrong. Right, so far so good, huh? So far so easy, huh? So like I said, first chapter is really easy. First chapter is really easy. Besides the fact that you have the eyes part and the ear part to memorize lah. But like I said lah, you don't need to memorize everything lah. Go watch my seminar video. Please go and watch my seminar video. Like I said, if you are from my branch, okay, if you are from KK, you are from Puchong Utama, you are from Engan, you are from Sri Kemangan, I already put this thing in your Google Classroom. Please go and watch it. Right? It's 2 hours. You can just fast forward the thing and listen to it. Right? Later you go shit, you go toilet shit, you watch some of it lah. Okay? You are doing nothing while you are shitting. Might as well you watch my seminar video. Okay? You learn something in the toilet. Okay, so number 4. So this is your human eye. So what's the function of your Q? Q is your lens. Okay, your eye lens. So what's the function of your lens? Your lens is to focus light onto your retina. All right. So this function is the same for the other 3 parts, which is your cornea. Okay, your aqueous humor, gallum macha, and gallum eye, sorry, and your vitreous humor, gallum eye. So these 4 parts, they have the same job, which is to focus light onto the retina. Because these 4, they are all transparent. Light can just pass through them. And their job is to refract the light. You know this already lah. So number 5, which is true about cone cell. Okay, this part is not common in exam, but I will roughly talk a little bit about this. I think I mentioned this in my normal lesson, but this is not important. All right, by the way, on your retina, there are receptors. All right, and there are 2 types of receptors. There are the cone cells, and then there are the rod cells. All right, this is called cell cone, and this is called cell rod. So what's their function? All right, if you enter a dark room, your rod cell will work. Why? Because your rod cell, they are very good under low light condition. This is your night vision, guys. This is your night vision. Okay, rainbow 6 going dark. Okay, so you pull down your night vision goggle. That's your rod cell working. All right, so your rod cell, they are very good under low light condition. They are very sensitive to light. Okay, that's their advantage. But the bad point is they are not sensitive to color. Right, they're not sensitive to color. This is why if you are in a dark room, okay, later you can try. You go into your room, you switch off every light, everything. When you start to see in the dark, you can only see black and white. Okay, you can only see black and white. All right, so you don't see color because this rod cell is not good for color. They are to help you see under low light, because when you are in a dark place, color is not important. Okay, that's why you see black and white, you see gray. Whereas your cone cell is total opposite. When you are in a bright room, your cone cells will work. They are very good in detecting color. You see everything in color now, but they are not so good under low light condition. They are not sensitive towards light. So one is for your night vision, one is for your normal vision. That's the thing. So fun fact, your cone cell has 3 colors. Do you know that? What are the 3 basic colors? If you still remember, you learned this in Form 1, I think. Form 1, chapter 8, I think. 8 or 9 or 7. There, the chapter you learn about the basic colors. Okay, do you know what's the 3 basic colors of light? Okay, not your pendidikan seni. In pendidikan seni, you learn red, blue, and yellow, right? Okay, so yes, Savannah, you got it. You got one right. That would be your. Any gamers here? Any gamers here? You know it's RGB. You know it's RGB. Yes. Okay, yes. Red, green, and blue. Yes, you both got it. You know it's RGB. Any gamers here? If you're a gamer, you know what I mean. Your PC casing will be full of RGB. Yes, put more RGB there. So your whole PC setup will look like a freaking exhibition car. Your keyboard be like, yeah, me too. My keyboard is RGB, my mouse is RGB, my whole PC casing is RGB. Because I use water cooling in my PC. So when I switch on my PC, my room will be full of RGB. Okay, I just like it. Okay, my PC just look like a freaking light show. So anyway, why RGB? RGB are the basic colors. Okay, red, green, and blue. All right. So red, green, and blue basically makes every color. Do you remember this in Form 1? Okay, red, green, and blue. So when you have red and green, you will get yellow. And red and blue, you get magenta. Green and blue, you get cyan. CYM lah. And then in the middle, you get white lah. All right. So these are your cone cells. All right. Do you know there's a condition some people they are born with their red and green cone cell not working very well. That means they can't tell the difference between red and green. Do you know what's that condition called? Do you know what's the condition called? That's your red green color blind. Okay, buta warna. Okay, please guys, color blind doesn't mean they see things in gray. Okay, please don't be stupid. Don't be ignorant. Please don't, when people tell you they are color blind, please don't say, oh my god, you're color blind. Hey, what color is this? What color is this? Hey, hello, they are color blind. They are not blind. Okay, it means, okay, when someone is color blind, that means they are red and green, they can't really tell them apart. They still see other colors well. All right, so just don't be stupid, come on. All right, it's like someone who asked me, oh my god, because usually I say I have short-sightedness, okay, and then they will ask me, how serious is your short-sightedness? I'll say 450 one eye, 550 another eye. They will say, wow, so serious. Hey, you take out your specs, Hey, how many fingers is this? You think I'm blind now, is it? I'm very offended every time people ask me this. Hey, you can see my face. No, because your face problem. That's why I cannot see your face. Okay, no, it doesn't work like that, please. Okay, same thing as showing numbers when you wear. Yeah lah, exactly lah. So you see, red green color blind. Okay, how do you know you have red green color blind or not, guys? So let me show you something. I think next 2 years, you guys are taking your driver license test, right? Okay, you guys are taking your driver's license, right? So before you take your driver's license, you need to go for an exam called undang. Do you know that? So when you go for your undang, the first 10 questions they will look like this. Okay, as long as you can see this is 74, then that means you are perfect lah. You have no red green color blind. Okay, that means they cannot tell the difference between red and green. It doesn't mean they are blind and they see everything in gray. No, colorblind is not like that. All right, so usually it's the red and green going wrong, never the blue. Somehow it's like this. This is why, okay, any of you wear glasses here? I'm sure most of you wear glasses here, right? When you go for your eye exam, first they will ask you to put your head on a machine, right? And then you will look at a hot air balloon. Right? People who wear glasses, you know my pain. You have to put your head at that stupid machine. The fellow will tell you, please stare at, it's either a lighthouse or a hot air balloon. You look at that thing, okay, after you look at it already, okay, then they will lead you into a room. They will ask you to sit down, it's a dark room, and then they will switch on this light box on your head. They tell you to look ahead into the mirror, and then there's the red and green board in front of you. Right? Here's the annoying part. They will put this funky looking glasses on your head, and then they will say, come, tell me, is red clearer or green clearer? They will flip this stupid glass there. Okay, is this clearer or like this clearer? And then you just sit there like an idiot and say, I don't know, they look the same to me. Hey, never mind, I come one more time. Okay, is this, yes, no difference. Is this clearer, red clearer, or green clearer? Red, I guess. It looks a little bit clearer to me. They will do. Okay, why do they do this? They want to make sure that the glasses you get you see both red and green equally. So because most of us okay, do you know this? Most of us we are color blind in a certain aspect. Maybe you are not fully red-green color blind, but you have a little bit of color blindness. That means maybe you see red more sensitive than green. Maybe I see green more sensitive than red. So in a certain, technically speaking, you have a little bit of color blind because you will see a certain color more clear than the other color. So that's what you do lah. All right. So anyway, wow, we are so far away. So what is your function of a cone cell? They're sensitive to color. Okay, they're sensitive to color. Black color vision is your rod cell. Dim is your rod cell again. Sclera has nothing. All right. So this is your cone cell. All right. So we can see 3 basic color, which is RGB. Do you know some people can see 4 colors? Okay, some people can see 4 colors. Those people they are like 1 in a million. They will see more colors than us. They can recognize more colors than us. That's like a 1 in a million thing lah. All right. Anyway, so number 6, where is your sensory cell in your nose? They are at the roof of your nasal cavity. Nasal cavity is inside your nose lah. Up there. Okay, up there, at the roof there. So next, how many layers for your skin? You have 3, like I told you. Okay, epidermis, dermis, and fatty layer. So number 8, what is umami? Yes, I've talked about this in our seminar. Umami is when you taste delicious. All right. So if I make a pot of soup only with salt, it kind of tastes, yes, it tastes salty, but it's the bad salty. But if another pot of soup, I put salt and umami, oh my God, the soup just comes alive. Okay, it's so nice to drink. Okay, so what is umami? Like I said, umami is your 5th sense of taste. Okay, you can taste sour, you can taste salty, you can taste sweet, and you can taste bitter, right? Umami is the 5th. When you stimulate your umami, the other 4, they get better. When your umami is stimulated, sweet stuff, they taste sweeter. Salty stuff, they taste saltier. Bitter stuff, they taste more bitter. And sour, they taste more sour. Basically, you enhance your smell, your taste. Your taste just gets better. So that's your umami. So like I told you, who makes your umami, who stimulates your umami? There's a chemical substance called glutamate. Okay, glutamate. This thing will stimulate your umami. So what has glutamate? Your tomatoes. Okay, tomatoes, or your ikan bilis. These 2 has a lot of glutamate. This is why when you make soup, you always either use tomato as your base or ikan bilis as your base. Or you're just too lazy, just use MSG lah. You know it's MSG You go watch Uncle Roger. You know what is MSG? You know what is Ajinomoto? That's your glutamate. MSG stands for monosodium glutamate. That's the glutamate lah. That's the fastest way to get glutamate. No need to use ikan bilis or tomatoes. That's the fastest way. All right, so that's umami. And then number 9, which is nastic movement. Okay, this is not very important. This is photonasty and seismonasty. What are these? I'm not talking about this. Corn also got lah, but not that much lah. Tomato is the best. Okay, have you ever wondered why your ABC soup need to put tomato? You know tomato, right? You know your ABC soup got tomato, right? You make your ABC soup without tomato, it tastes weird. Weird AF, man. You need your tomatoes because your tomato is the thing that gives you the umami. Yes, it tastes bland. So this is why when you go to steamboat, tomato soup is like the best soup to use because it has that umami inside. All right, so next, number 10. What is the sensory organ of fish to detect prey and avoid predator? That would be your lateral line. Pheromone is used by bees. Jacobson organ is by snake. So fish they use, you can only taste pepper. Your mom used too much pepper already, is it? I know lah. Some of our moms are they are very obsessed with peppers one. All right. Anyway, so this will be your chapter 1. I hope this revision is helpful for you. Okay, we have like 13 minutes. Let's go to chapter 2. Let's rush to chapter 2. I'll try to finish this by today. So your chapter 2 is here. This is page 25. All right. So number 1. This is the pathway of your air in the breathing mechanism. You start from your nostril, going into your nasal cavity, which is inside your nose, followed by your pharynx, okay, and followed by your larynx, and then your trachea, followed by bronchus, bronchial, and alveolus. All right, so this, like I told you, your pharynx and your larynx, these two parts, they are not very important. If you don't want to memorize, it's okay. Pharynx is your throat. Okay, pharynx is your throat. Larynx is your voice box. The part that you produce voice when you speak, that's your larynx working. So anyway, so number 2, this is exhalation. Hembusan nafas, you're pushing air out. So when you push air out, which statement is correct about the process? Air pressure in the thoracic cavity decrease. Not really. Okay, not really, because when you are breathing out, the pressure inside increase. Because pressure always go from high to low. Pressure always high to low. You learn this in Form 2, right? Because in Form 2, you learn about pressure. And you also know that volume and pressure, they are opposite. When volume is low, pressure is high. So in this case, B, volume decrease. Yes, this is the answer. Okay, because volume in your lung becomes smaller, only the pressure will become higher. They will push air out. It's just like a balloon. When you squeeze your balloon, okay. So anyway, contract, wrong. Guys, very easy to memorize. Okay, listen, your lungs, there are only 2 things that can move. One is your intercostal muscle, which is this one, okay, your rib muscle, and second is your diaphragm, which is this part, okay, this part here. So they are the 2 movable parts in your lungs. The other parts, they all cannot move one. Okay, your trachea cannot move, your bronchus, bronchial, alveolus, they all cannot move. The only 2 muscles that can move, there are these 2. So when you breathe, when you do respiration, these are the only 2 muscles that are moving. The rest, they are not moving. All right, so very easy to memorize them. When you inhale, because inhale is when you pull air in, right? When you pull air in, both of these will contract. Okay, just very easy to memorize. When you contract, you pull things in. So when you inhale, both of these muscles, they will contract. And when you exhale, when you hembus nafas, both will relax and push the air out. Okay, you see what I'm trying to do here? So in this case, this is exhalation. If they both contract, that means they're wrong. So wrong here, lah. All right, so number 3. Hey, Mabel, why are you here? Okay, Mabel has built a model of human respiratory system as shown. So, hey, my student actually built one today. My student actually built one today. So, this is the question they love asking in exam, lah. So, which represents what? So, balloon represents the lung. Yes, this is correct. So, rubber sheet is the thoracic cavity. No, rubber sheet is the diaphragm actually. And then your plastic bottle is the rib cage. No, plastic bottle is actually the thoracic cavity. You know what is thoracic cavity again, guys? Quick reminder. Thoracic cavity is your chest cavity. This empty space here is called your thoracic cavity. Thoracic basically means chest. Okay, so your lungs and your heart, they are in your thoracic cavity. They are in your chest cavity. Why not just use chest? I don't know. Okay, scientists, they are not very keen on using simple words. They are known for complicating problems. So number 4, the straw represents the trachea. So this is the trachea, yes. So that will be 1 and 4. Okay, so that will be 1 and 4. So next, which is the correct about inhale and exhale air? Okay, inhale. Okay, just remember, your inhaled air is the same as your atmospheric air. You learned this in Form 1, right? You still remember in your Form 1, you learned that in your atmosphere, there's like 78% of nitrogen, and then there's 21% of oxygen, there's 0.03% of carbon dioxide, and then there's 0.97% of others. So whatever air that you are inhaling in, that's your atmospheric air lah. Right? So 21% oxygen, that's correct. Carbon dioxide 0.03, correct also. Nitrogen 71 is wrong. Body temperature is wrong. The air you inhale is room temperature because you are inhaling from a room one. So exhale air is the one that we are looking at. So in exhale air, is this 0.03% oxygen? No, this is wrong. 4% carbon dioxide, that is correct. 71 wrong also. This should be your body temperature. So how many percent of oxygen we are exhaling? We are actually exhaling 16%. I talked about this in our seminar. So when you inhale 21% of oxygen, you throw out 16%. You only use 5%. You don't use all the oxygen. It doesn't happen. It doesn't work like that. You exhale 16. You only use 5%. All right. And as for carbon dioxide, you exhale like 4%. So can you see this thing decreased by 5%? This thing increased like 4%. So it's like a almost equal amount of exchange lah. I use 5% oxygen. I throw out 4% carbon dioxide. So can you see equivalent exchange lah. And of course, your exhale air has a little bit more water vapor lah. That's why when you exhale, when you go, it feels wet, right? That's the water vapor. Right. So number 5. Why the concentration of oxygen becomes high in blood capillary on the alveolus? So because oxygen will go from alveolus into your blood capillary. Okay, so that's the answer. B. Oxygen diffuse into blood capillary. Diffuse, remember, the movement of air is called diffuse, resapan, 渗透, in Mandarin. So there, okay, oxygen moves in. All right, so number 6, this is your gaseous exchange. So gaseous exchange between the alveoli and the blood capillary is efficient because what makes this efficient? Remember the 4 adaptation. What are the 4 characteristics of your alveolus? The one you must remember: they are thin, 1 cell thick, they are moist, they have large total surface area, and they have a network of blood capillary. These 4 characteristics you must memorize. So covered by network capillary, the first is correct. Large total surface area, correct. Thick wall, wrong. Dry alveolus, wrong. So that would be 1 and 2. Okay, next, number 7. So this is a smoker. Which statement are correct about the effect of this habit towards the lungs? So cigarette tar kills cells in the air passage, yes. Tar is the black color stuff, the one you use it on to pave your road. That's your tar. So cigarette tar increase production of mucus and phlegm, yes. Phlegm is that sticky stuff in your throat, tan, phlegm. So nicotine corrodes the lung, no. Nicotine actually causes you to be addicted. So carcinogen will cause cancer. So this is both wrong. So answer is 1 and 2. Okay, it's the nicotine that makes you addicted. This is why smokers, they cannot stop smoking because they need the nicotine. It's like drinking coffee. Coffee has caffeine. When you get addicted to caffeine, you cannot stop drinking coffee. Just like me. Okay, I'm very addicted to coffee. Okay, anyway, next, let's finish this if we can. So what's the function of P? P is to change the air pressure. This is your diaphragm. When it pushes up, you exhale. When it pulls down, you inhale. Like that balloon thing you pull at the bottom. So number 2, this is inhalation. All right. So the rib cage move upward and outward. Yes, these are correct. Diaphragm curve relax. No. When you inhale, you contract. You pull things in. So volume decrease. No. You actually make your lungs bigger. So increase. So this is wrong. Air pressure increase. Wrong. You are trying to make your inside lower pressure so that outside can push air in. So these are all wrong. So the answer is A. All right, quite straightforward, guys. These questions are quite straightforward. I bet your exam is going to look this way. All right, so number 3, which part of the human respiratory system is represented by the cotton wool? What happened to this cotton wool? This cotton wool will turn black, right? This is the secret experiment. So it represents your lungs. All right, so 3 things to take note here, which is the thermometer. It shows that cigarette increases temperature. You look at your cotton, cigarette will blacken your lung. You look at the solution, cigarette smoke is acidic. 3 things to take note here. This experiment, I mentioned this already. So number 4, how does oxygen pass from alveoli to the blood capillary? The process is called diffusion. Okay, resapan. Transpiration is plant, nothing to do with you. So number 5, what causes alveolus to swell and burst? This is called emphysema. This is when you smoke for very long. You smoke for like few years, not few years, like 10, 20 years, maybe you get emphysema. Nothing to do with asthma, nothing to do with pneumonia. This is how COVID people die. Pneumonia is basically a lung infection. So who's the passive smoker? That will be your R and Q. Okay, because they inhale the secondhand smoke. And then number 7, diagram below shows an activity to study the exchange of gases in plants. So they put it in hot water, so you will see bubbles lah. Okay, you will see bubbles. So which part of the leaf that's involved in the activity above? There will be your stoma. Stoma is the hole. All right, what is structure P? P is the hole here. The hole is called spherical. All right, and then number 9, what's the function of stoma? Stoma is to allow air to diffuse in and out. Not the gut cell. Gut cell is to control the stoma. Do not get confused. Stoma is the hole. So the last one, number 10, what will happen if a person has sickle red blood cell? Sickle cell means they look like this. That means their red blood cell is abnormal. So they will have less hemoglobin, I guess. Transport oxygen will be more efficient, wrong. Always energetic, wrong. Produce more energy, wrong. In fact, they will be very tired. If you have this, this is a genetic disease, guys. Like I told you, sickle cell disease, you are born with it. That means you have that genetic to have a broken red blood cell. All right, so I hope you learned something new today. I hope this revision is helpful for you. Next week onward, please, I know some of you haven't got your main notes yet, but next week you should be able to. So next week, we will go back to Form 2. Next week, we will revise on Form 2. I think it's chapter, I also forgot already. So get your main notes ready. So that's it for today. All right, thanks for coming, guys. I hope you have a happy Thursday night. I will see you again next week. All right, so thank you, guys. See you next week. Have a good night. Bye-bye.